about tailoring our teaching to meet the diverse needs of students. And our quote for today says that the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams, and that is by Eleanor Roosevelt. Now, the reason why we're having this PD is because last time we met, we took a survey, and the survey scored extremely high and very important on meeting the diverse needs of students. Now, the reason why we need to differentiate, we talk about differentiation all the time, but that's because we're in a low socioeconomic area. If you know our demographic, we have students who have learning gaps. It could be disabilities or just maybe missing prior knowledge. And there are four main types of learners that we try to reach to when we teach on a day-to-day basis. We have visual learners, students that have to see or, models, pictures, things like that. We have students that are auditorial learners. They have to hear it. We have students that are kinesthetic learners. Those are your builders, your movers, your manipulating things with your hands, body, etc. And then we have reading and writing learners, which is something that we rarely talk about, but these are the students where we have to read certain things over and over. We have to write it over and over in order to understand it better. Now, the impact of differentiation. Why do we differentiate? Well, studies show that differentiated instruction leads to higher levels of engagement for students. And as students, when we differentiate that instruction for them, they're more motivated to learn and they take a better interest in their learning. Play this quick video for you.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Latest Trends in Education. I'm Dr. Lara, and today we're diving into a crucial topic for educators: differentiated instructions and assessments for diverse learners. In our increasingly diverse classrooms, it's essential to recognize that each student brings unique strengths, challenges, and learning styles. Differentiation isn't just a buzzword, it's a dynamic approach to teaching that ensures every student can succeed, no matter their starting point. We'll explore practical strategies for differentiating instruction, from tailoring content to varying processes and products, to meet the diverse needs of our students. Plus, we'll discuss how to assess learning in ways that are fair, comprehensive, and reflective of each student's growth and capabilities. Whether a seasoned educator or new to the field, understanding and implementing differentiation can transform your teaching practice and significantly impact student outcomes. So, grab your notebook and let's start on this journey to make learning.
All right. So, very good. So all students deserve to have access to quality instruction that meets them and their needs. So over the last few weeks, I've had a chance to observe various classrooms and see some of the different models and learning styles and differentiation in action. One thing that I've noticed that a lot of us do is we use our school-wide data to form groups. We can group students homogeneously. Sometimes we'll even group them heterogeneously, where we might match a low and a high student together. We have flexible seating. I've seen classrooms where teachers have stools. They might have beanbag chairs for them to sit in, or the ball chairs to sit in, giving those students an opportunity to kind of get out of the table space. And I've also seen students, no, you're good, that have tiered their instruction. And what that looks like is you would assign certain work for certain students, maybe a skill that they need a little bit more practice on, while other students are working on a current skill or maybe even a future skill. One more time. Again. So do me a favor, I'm just going to give you a few minutes to talk about some differentiation that you guys have in your classroom.
Well, I pull kids based on what skills they're struggling with. Like tomorrow I'm doing a rounding group, so I'm gonna work with 6 or 8 kids who are struggling with rounding. How about y'all?
I'm a big fan of think, pair, and share. Talk to a friend, that sort of thing.
All right, those are some great strategies. Guys, thank you so much for collaborating and talking about those different strategies. There's a strategy that I would like to share with you, and I hope that you guys can take it to your classroom This strategy is called the jigsaw strategy. And so all this strategy does is you group your students based on a topic. They all have the same topic and the same reading material. And in their groups, they will then become what we call an expert in that topic. They will split from their home group to discuss more about others on that same topic, and then they'll come back to their home group or their original group, talk about it, and then they're able to then teach the rest of their group about that topic once they become an expert. We're going to watch this video, and in the video they're going to explain how it works and what it looks like in the classroom, okay? Can you make it?
The jigsaw strategy is a cooperative learning strategy that helps children with their reading comprehension. It's a multi-step strategy that involves the use of home groups and expert groups.
Before we jump into the classroom though, let's break down all the steps involved. First, students start in their home groups. Each student has a different text, but all readings are related to the same main topic. For example, gardening. Next, they move off to their expert groups, which bring together students reading about the same subtopic. So every student studying vegetables would be in the same expert group. By discussing the subtopic together, they can become experts in it. Finally, the expert groups break apart and the students return to their home groups. Now, each of the students is an expert in one area of the main topic, and they can share that information with the students in their home groups. In essence, each student has become a piece of the puzzle, and when they come together, they help each other form the big picture. Now that we've seen the graphic representation, let's watch Kathy Doyle and her students put the strategy into action.
I want to know what you remember about the jigsaw strategy. Keith?
We went to different home groups.
And then you remember moving your body to another table. Does anyone remember when you got to that other table and you met with other kids who all read the same thing that you read? What was that group called? Deja?
It was called an expert group.
An expert group. When you're done with your discussion at your expert group, it's time for you and your expert friends to go ahead and figure out what was the main idea of what I read. What are some of the details that I want to report back to my home group? So together you're going to fill out a graphic organizer kind of like this. So you guys will all have your own because you will eventually leave that expert group and go off to report to your home group. So the first thing I'm going to give you is a clipboard. So when I call your name and I tell you where you're headed, I'm going to give you 4 clipboards and they're all ready to go. You are going to use your new text that I'm giving you. There are directions on here if you forget what you're supposed to be doing.
It's now time to head off to the home groups. Let's follow Maya, who's going to become the herb expert in her group.
And I would like the story too.
In the home groups, each student reads an appropriately leveled text about a different subtopic of gardening, jotting down notes as they go. Maya will cover herbs, Savion will study flowers, and Moya will learn about vegetables. Kathy keeps an eye on kids as they work to make sure they understand the assignment and stay on track.
So tell me, what did you learn so far? Did you do the first page yet?
Yeah.
What did you learn on this first page?
I learned on this first page, first page that they use herbs to put spice in food.
So herbs, they're actually called herbs. They use herbs to put spices in food. Why don't you jot that down?
Next, the students are off to their expert groups. There, Maya will get to talk shop with the other students studying herbs.
It is time to move to expert groups. So I am going to say a number, because your expert group is a number. Look at the text you were reading, and if that text says number 1, I want you to move here. Look how quickly Moya moved. I love it.
And we're off again.
All right, so just to review, make sure when we do assessments, a formative assessment, these are like, could be a quick teacher observation, an exit ticket, Some of the assessments, these are your big tests, your unit assessments. They will have usually around 20 or more questions. And next. Here are some resources that I'm going to send out to you guys. If you get a chance, please look at that. That will help you out with differentiation. And the last thing I need you to do is you can either click on this link that I sent out in your email, or you can scan it on your QR code and fill out the quick survey. And once you are done with the survey, you are good to go.